All of my money was just stolen.
I got scammed by one of my customers.
I sold my house and everything I owned to invest in the Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I got scammed and lost everything.
I've never felt so violated and unintelligent in my entire life.
You ever get a deal or a message that looked totally legit and something in the back of your head said don't do it, but you did it anyway because you're about to watch someone verify a phone number with Google, see it match the bank exactly, and still lose $9,000? This is people getting scammed. Let's get into it.
So annoyed at myself because I just got completely scammed. I ordered this dressing table and wait to see what I received. But look how beautiful this is first. So I'm not stupid. Sometimes when something's too good to be true, you just think that it is too good to be true. But I looked at the Facebook comments and stuff, and people were posting, like normal people were posting that they received this exact whole thing. And I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a go. You can't really see. I received a scarf. I'm so annoyed.
You see, this is where it starts. Not with some big elaborate scheme. It starts with a Facebook ad and 40 quid you figured wasn't worth stressing over. And I get it, because when the price is low enough, your guard drops. You stop checking the website. You stop reading the reviews. You just throw your card in and hope for the best. That's the play. They don't need to be convincing. They just need the price to be cheap enough that you don't bother looking twice. Agnes said, we ordered an awesome looking coffee table. 40 pounds bargain. We received a toothbrush. A toothbrush. They sent this woman a toothbrush. Now real quick, if you're new here, I'm Kingsley, and this is where we break down real money moments together. So if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and let's keep going.
Story time about me getting fully scammed by a creator. So about a month ago, I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling and I come across this couple who has a small business. In the video, it shows them hand making it, cutting the leather, putting all the labor and love into these shoes. And you know what? I'm gonna help support a small business. So I place my order and I'm really excited for these shoes to come in. After this, I'm feeling so good about myself. So I decide, let me go look at their page. In that moment, I think I realized that I got scammed because every single video is a different iteration of the video I watched, but completely different. Then I'm rewatching these videos. You guys, it's AI. It shows them like cutting a random piece of leather and then it's like, boop, there is a perfect shoe.
Now this one should scare you because the game just changed. You see, a scam used to take work. You needed a fake website, a fake name, maybe a stock photo, and even then it looks sketchy. But now AI can build you a whole brand in an afternoon. Complete backstory, real looking people, emotional page, and you'd never know the difference. That's what we're up against now. The line between real and fake isn't blurry, it's completely gone. Somebody said it's literally 20 different hands in the video too. They ran the same clip with different people claiming they own the business and nobody caught it. That's not a scam, that's a factory.
Hi, I ordered this necklace online, not from Jared, but I think I got scammed. It was advertised as 18 karat gold, and I don't think that it's real. I was wondering if you could look at it and tell me.
I definitely can.
Okay, thank you. It just looks fake to me. Like it looks brassy and.
How much did you pay for it?
That was 170 was what they're selling for. I'll try.
Yeah.
It was like an influencer promotion, so you basically just had to pay for shipping. I paid $60 for shipping, and that's where the scam was, because I feel like this is worth like $1.
Yeah.
It was on TikTok.
Oh,
yeah.
It was late at night because I was gonna do it, and that's why I make bad decisions. Really.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Me too. I'm like, oh no, I fell for something stupid.
Trust me, you're not the only one. We do it too.
Check this, because this one is clever. You'd think a low price would be the giveaway, right? Like if something costs $5, you know it's fake. But what happens when they charge enough to make it seem real? $170 hit that sweet spot where your brain goes, okay, that's not cheap, it must be legit. And that's the whole play. The price is the scam. They're not selling you jewelry. They're selling you a number that makes you stop asking questions. Abby said that must be your very first chain. 18K would never be $170. And she's right, but most people don't know that, and the scammers are counting on it. But the next clip is where this whole thing flips, because you're about to see what happens when the scam goes the other direction.
Story time. I got scammed by one of my customers. I had her reach out to me saying she never received her order, so I gave her a store credit so that she can repurchase it, which she did. 2 weeks later, she sends me an email saying, hey, I never received my order again. So I checked, and both of the orders say that they were delivered at her mailbox, and it even shows me an exact time. So I said, okay, well, let's give it a couple days. Maybe a neighbor has it or the post office has a delay on it. So she agrees. Within those couple of days, she files a claim with her bank, so she gets her money back. And on top of that, that money comes out of my account. So now I'm lost out on 2 orders of jewelry, that money coming out of my account, plus an extra fee for the bank opening up the investigation. So I do my little investigative work, and I find her Instagram. I look at her pictures. She is wearing the jewelry that she claims was lost or that she never received. So I go right away and contact the bank, and the bank was no help at all. They said that the case was already closed and that they aren't able to reopen it, and that I'm at a loss. So basically I lost out in over $300 worth of inventory.
Now this is the one that flipped it for me, because everybody assumes scam only goes one direction. You see, she's not the buyer, she's the seller. Small business, real jewelry, real work. And somebody filed a chargeback on a piece they're wearing on Instagram right now. The bank saw the proof and still said no. That's the part that should bother you. The chargeback system exists to protect consumers from fraud, but nobody built one to protect the people actually making things. She did everything right, and the system still punished her for it. Samuel said she's probably watching this while wearing that jewelry too. Now let me roll the ball back to you guys. Have you or someone you know ever been scammed? Even something small? Drop it in the comments, because I guarantee you're not the only one.
All of my money was just stolen. Today I was the victim of phone fraud. Somebody called saying that they were from my bank, from the fraud department of my credit card, that there were fraudulent charges on my card. He asked to verify, he verified them, asked me if I did them, and I said no, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna cancel your card right away, like, I'm gonna help you out, don't worry about it. He somehow already had access to, like, see my transactions on that card, so he went through, like, the most recent ones, and asked me, like, is this legitimate, is this legitimate? I was like, yes, like, that I know. And then he somehow got access to, I didn't give him any passwords, nothing. He like already had stuff. He just asked me for like normal verification questions. And he was somehow able to access my account, and he wiped my checking and my savings clean.
This one is different, and I need you to pay attention. She didn't click some sketchy link from a stranger. She got a phone call, asked all the right security questions, did exactly what you or I would do, and they still cleaned her out. Checking and savings, both gone. And you see, this is what bothers me about how we talk about scams. We keep saying, just be careful, like that's enough. She was careful, clearly. These aren't the Nigerian prince email from 2008. These are professionals running a script that's designed to beat your best instinct, and it's working.
Something really bad happened to me today, and I wasn't going to tell anyone about this because I feel really embarrassed. Like, I feel like an old person. I feel like I should have known better. I got scammed out of $9,000 today, and I don't know if I'm gonna get back, and I really need that money. This is what happened. So I got a call from Wells Fargo this afternoon. It said Wells Fargo on the caller ID. I Googled the phone number, and it was the same phone number as the Wells Fargo fraud department. They said that someone was trying to transfer money out of my Apple Pay from my Wells Fargo account, and that they stopped the charge, and I needed to put money into my Apple Pay and put it on a new Wells Fargo card so I could reverse the transaction. On the call, they had me move money to my Apple Pay, add a new Wells Fargo debit card that was supposed to be mine, and then transfer the money onto that debit card so that I could stop this transaction. And they ended up getting all of the money. I realized after I had sent it that I was getting scammed. I called Wells Fargo immediately, and then I called Apple Cash, whatever bank deals with Apple Cash, and they said they couldn't stop the charge because the funds had already posted. So I don't know if I'm gonna get my money back from Wells Fargo.
And this is where it gets ugly, because she did the one thing we all think would save us. She Googled the number, it matched. Caller ID said Wells Fargo. Google said Wells Fargo as well, and she still lost $9,000 because the number was spoofed. We've been taught to verify, right? Check the number, check the email, check the website. But what do you do when the verification itself is fake? She said, I feel really stupid, and honey, that needs to stop. But she's not stupid. The scam was just better than the tools she had. Somebody said this just happened to me last week. My claim got denied, and now I owe my bank more money. So the bank lets the money leave, and now she owes for it. Think about that for a minute.
So I just got scammed quite a lot of money, out of a lot of money, and it's clever, and I want to raise awareness because I'm not naive. They got me. So I'm trying to do college work. I'm using my phone, and my phone keeps ringing, and it's constantly this London number, and I just hang up, and then eventually I'm like, oh, what if it is something important? Maybe it is something relevant. So I pick up the phone, and it's like, this is PayPal. Someone's trying to get into your account, someone's trying to change your number, whatever. Press 1 if this is still your number. Press 1. Oh no, I lie. I hung up. And the phone keeps ringing several times, loads of calls, and it was getting quite infuriating because I was trying to work. So my husband pops his head in, he's like, it's fine, divert the calls to me. Divert them to me, sweetheart. So I diverted them to him, and he pops his head in and he's like, oh, I think this is the real PayPal. And I was like, oh, okay. And he went, all they want you to do is to confirm that it's still your number, and they'll send you a code, and you just need to key it in, and that'll lock your account. I was like, oh, okay, right, fair enough. So I get sent a code by text from the real PayPal. This is the bugger, the real PayPal. And he's like, what's the code? So I tell him, call ends, £100 gets taken out of my account straight away. Then subsequently, more payments. By this point, I'm freaking out. Oh my god, it's scammed. I call the bank and I'm like, someone's scammed me, and they were like, sorry, it's through PayPal. You're gonna have to deal with this one, honey. You're gonna need to go through PayPal. So I call PayPal, no one there. It's 8 o'clock, line's closed. So that was.
This is the clip that should terrify everybody watching, because she's literally trained to spot scams at her job, and she still fell for it. And the code was real. PayPal actually sent it. The scammers triggered the real system to send the real code, and then called pretending to be PayPal asking for it. So hear me out. If someone who's trained in scam preventions, someone who teaches other people to avoid this, can still get caught, what exactly makes you think you do better? Somebody said if you ever receive a call or text from a company, never respond. You call the real company, and that's how it's done. You hang up and you call the number on the back of your card. But wait until you see the next few clips, because these scammers aren't hiding behind a screen anymore. They're showing up at your door.
Know when people say stuff like you don't have to leave the house to spend money? Today I was at the house and money taken approached me. Like, an old man turned up at the door. He was 89, I believe he said, and he said he's been a landscaper all of his life, and he's got to go to hospital, so he's got a heart condition, and he's just trying to get rid of all of his stock, right? He said that they're olive trees, and I thought, I've got an olive. Now, I think I've been done in here, because I have looked at the cost of these plants after he left. He said that he paid $750 for them, and I paid £400. He was trying to get me to take all free. I said, excuse me. I said, I know this is a big house, it's not my house. You're knocking on my door, I've got nothing but a fucking set of acrylics to my name. It looks like a nice tree. I just don't think it's as established as it should be for £400. So this is my olive tree here.
I'm not even mad at this one. I'm conflicted, because how do you say no to an 89-year-old man at your door, especially when your daughter's name matches what he's been selling? I think the universe set her up for this. But you see, that's the play with in-person scams. They don't lead with the product, they lead with the emotion. Once you feel bad for someone, you stop thinking about what something is worth. That's the trust tax at its sneakiest. It costs you the comfort of being kind. Georgia Marie said, aren't these in Costco right now? Apparently they're $90, but she paid over $400. But quick question, have you ever been too nice to walk away from something you knew was off? Drop it in the comment.
I have been scammed today for £900. I always get my iPhones off the Apple store, like never even anywhere else, because I'm just so careful about where I get my phones, because it is an expensive purchase. But this one time, as I decided to keep my old phone so that either I could use it or my boyfriend could use it, I thought, you know what, let me just look on Facebook Marketplace and see what there is out there. If there's anything that actually looks genuine, then I might get it. So I drove for an hour to and from Coventry today to pick up a phone for £900. I checked the serial code beforehand. I checked that a receipt came with it, like everything was literally spot on. The serial code checked out on the Apple website and everything. Only to then come home, be blocked on everything, take the phone out of the box. I'm going to show you this absolute piece of crap as well. I'm so mad and I'm so upset, and I don't even know what else to say. This is the phone, apparently. It is literally, what is that? Genuinely, what is that? This is £900. How can you do that to someone? How can you meet someone face to face, take their money and give them whatever this is when you've been assured that it is genuine?
You see, this is the one that breaks the whole just do your research argument. She checked the serial number on Apple's website, drove an hour to go inspect it in person, did everything we'll tell people to do, and the phone was still fake. Here's what that means. The scammers aren't just selling fake products anymore. They're selling fake proof that the product is real. They beat the verification system before she even showed up. So at what point have you actually done enough? If Apple's own website says it's legit and it's not, what are you supposed to check next? Somebody said Facebook Marketplace was the first red flag, but Coventry should have been a bigger one. I mean, fair.
So I'm pretty sure I was scammed. I'm sitting outside a house in Camps Bay, like a house, and I booked it, and I arrived. I booked it, paid for it online. Anyway, I got here, and they're not answering the ring thing, and then they haven't responded, even though it says like confirmed in the app, and then I call the number. It was like, it said to contact the property, call the number. At first the guy answers, and he's like, I was like, hey, I'm just here a little bit early than check-in, is that fine? I got scammed. And I use Booking all the time. I've never been scammed before, because I travel here a lot.
Now, she didn't book through some random website she found on Google. This is Booking.com, one of the biggest travel platforms on the planet. And you see, that's where the trust comes from. You assume if a platform is big enough, somebody verified the listing. Somebody must have checked. Also, someone must have made sure it's real, but nobody did. She flew to Cape Town and found out the hard way that the platform borrowed her trust and didn't earn it. You're not just trusting a person, you're trusting every system between you and that person. Somebody said, you're now one of us. You have experienced South Africa. That's funny because the fact that this is relatable is the problem.
I got scammed and lost everything. So this was a few months back, but I'd been job hunting for almost a year. The market was tough. I had interview after interview, not getting a call back. I sent out probably 500 applications. I was just rock bottom. And then I had a recruiter reach out. I was excited, but I wasn't hopeful because I've reached out before and nothing really ever happened. This recruiter sent me a job. It was almost double what I was already making. He set up a Zoom interview, and after 3 long interviews, I accepted the position. Sent me my onboarding papers, I did my background check. They mailed me my company laptop and my monitors. I had already left my previous job, and for the first week at the new company, in the field I'm in, it's pretty much all trainings and modules and compliance information, so I was just grinding through all that. I finally finished my last compliance manual, and I got an email saying, fresh start tomorrow, are you ready? I'm not thinking anything of it. Well, actually, I'm thinking, awesome, I finished my modules, I can actually start doing my job now. Next day comes and I go to log on, and everything's gone. There's no website, there's no login, I'm not getting any of my emails, and then my laptop just goes black. I'm panicking at this point, so I'm like, oh my god, my laptop must have died. I go to plug it in, nothing, black. It's completely wiped. I called the number, line disconnected, so I don't know what to do at this point. I'm freaking out.
This has to be the cruelest clip in this entire video. A year of hearing nothing, 500 applications, and then someone reaches out to him with double the salary. After everything he'd been through, do you really think he's gonna really question any of that? It all felt real because he needed it to be real, and then it vanished. Company, recruiter, all of it. They had his socials, his bank info, everything. The police also said, you're the 70th call this month, and that's not a scam. That's the whole industry. If you know somebody who's job hunting right now, send them this video. They need to see this. Now, the last 3 clips are the ones that are gonna stay with you because the number jumps from hundreds to hundreds of thousands.
I'm a victim of a marketing scam that was targeting large content creators for UGC work, and they stole thousands of dollars from me. I want to preface this video by saying that I never thought that this would be me. I'm a very smart human being. I don't fall for scams. As a seasoned content creator with larger platforms, I know what to look for, and this was so elaborate and so detailed that no one saw it coming. I was contacted through my business email by a production company that was claiming to work with a very large company that all of us know. The first thing I always check for is the email address because all of the scams are always from Gmail addresses, and this was not. They had about 4 or 5 different email addresses with different accounts, all within the same company name. I always get brands asking for my media kit, so I did, and I sent it to them. I was then given an offer, and for a lot of people this might be a ludicrous amount of money, but it was in the scope of how much I charge for UGC content. I then received an extremely detailed contract, and although I'm not a lawyer, I sign contracts weekly, and I know what to look for, and it was legitimate looking. I had other people look it over, and it looked normal. So I signed the contract, and they said that they were going to overnight FedEx me a check, and I get paid in checks. This is quite normal. When I received the check, I then took it to the bank. They asked me to deposit it. The bank says, yep, looks good, deposited it, didn't have a hold on it. I was then instructed to go to the post office, and at the post office, I was going to load onto this prepaid account. And I was supposed to film at the post office, but the post offices would not let me film. I know looking back, this sounds really crazy, but it's very normal for us to be filming in store. It's normal to receive checks. It's normal to be on a timeline. If you're a content creator, you know that brands literally give you days sometimes. So with the QR code, I went to the post office and I asked them if I could put my money onto this so I could get the card and then create the content with it. But I have a limit on my account, as most of us do, so I was only able to put a few $1,000s onto it, and then the next day I was to deposit the rest. And I know you're saying, Claire, like, how did you not catch this? But the money was in my account. The next day I went to go finish what I was supposed to do as per my contract, and my bank card says declined. We call up the bank and say, hey, what happened here? I'm supposed to be doing this contract. I'm going to be losing out on all this money. And they say, this check is fraud. And at that moment, I realized, after I had spent thousands of dollars of my own money, that I have been defrauded. And I know looking back, this sounds really obvious, but I had signed a contract, I had gotten a check, the check had gone through. They sent me shooting briefs of what I was supposed to make for the content. They had a website, they had an accounting department, they had a content creation department, they had an information department. All of the people I was talking to had extremely good English. Before I signed the contract, I made sure there was proper punctuation. I really looked into this. And because I had to prove who I was, they now have my identification. So they have already opened things up against my credit. And they opened up a Bitcoin account and took the money that I deposited, and it is gone.
This is what happens when a scam doesn't just take your money. It takes your identity. Everything looked real. Professional contracts, separate departments, a whole process that felt exactly like working with a real brand. She is a content creator. She knows what legit looks like, and this one passed every test. She said, I've never felt so violated. And that word hits different here, because when someone steals your identity, you're not recovering from one bad day. You're just proving you're real for the next 6 years as credit checks and applications follow you. Amber said the prepaid cards are a huge red flag. I see this in Canada too much. If anybody ever asks you to buy a prepaid card for a business deal, you need to run.
I am a victim of pig butchering or romance scam. Yes, I lost over $100,000 on a scam. I thought it was an investment opportunity, but I got tricked into it. Here's what happened. I worked a lot, you know, I saved a lot of money. I tried to travel, but I felt lonely for the most part. And so I was thinking I want to find a partner. So that's when I tried online dating, Hinge and Tinder. And on Tinder, I matched this one person. So we only chatted a little bit, and then for some reason, the person asked for my phone number to transfer me into WhatsApp. And so we continued to get to know each other more from there, gain more trust, and fall in love with this person. She introduced me to cryptocurrency, and we started in a small amount. Basically, I bought real cryptocurrency on crypto.com, but then that later gets transferred into the third-party website, which I thought was legit. You know, I saw impressive gains. I mean, huge, more than double amount of growth. And I was amazed by it. I thought it was real. I really missed the fine details of how it was a scam. I didn't do my research. You know, the balances kept getting bigger and bigger. And then until I wanted to withdraw the money, it's like, oh, you can't withdraw. And I had to keep paying those kind of verification and additional taxes. And unfortunately, I fell for that twice. And it took me the third time where I'm like, okay, I realized it was a scam.
If there's one clip that's going to keep you up to date, this might be the one, because this wasn't a quick hit. This took months. They built a relationship first, and by the time the money conversation started, he wasn't dealing with a stranger anymore. He was dealing with someone he trusted, and that's the genius of it. Every withdrawal got blocked by another fee, another verification, another tax, and he kept paying because walking away meant admitting the person wasn't real. And that's harder than losing money, because you're losing a person you thought cared about you. Somebody said, me too, we should create a scam victim support group. And that's not even a joke. The isolation is half the weapon, because these people can't talk to anybody about it without feeling ashamed.
I sold my house and everything I owned to invest in the Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds. Unfortunately, it wasn't Ryan Reynolds. It wasn't the real Maximum Effort I was getting all the invoices from. I had a lot of proof, but it was all fake. You know, they can actually spoof email addresses and domains. I didn't realize that. I thought I had proof of everything. If this has happened to you, don't be ashamed. It's not your fault. You were targeted, okay? People that are, especially if you're single and financially stable, you are targeted. This is not your fault. They know how to psychologically, emotionally manipulate you. This is a real thing. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I lost $1.4 million. Do you hear stories about this very often? No.
And then there's this. She sold her house, sold everything, and put $1.4 million into what she thought was a movie deal with Ryan Reynolds. It wasn't Ryan Reynolds. And you see, the reason this hits the hardest isn't the number. It's that she had to believe something that big to lose that much. Because when somebody offers you something incredible, your brain doesn't say that's a scam. That is the trust tax at its absolute worst. It doesn't target people who are careless. It targets people who still believe something great can still happen to them. Heather said, I work in the financial world. It happens so much. People always get mad when we ask questions to try to protect them. You see, those annoying questions at the banks are the ones that save you. Now, every person you just watched paid the same thing. I've been calling it the trust tax, and here's what it really is. It's the price you pay for trusting the wrong person, the wrong platform, and the wrong offer. And the worst part is you can't stop trusting people altogether. Else, you'd never book a hotel, take a job, or open your door again. So the move isn't to stop trusting, it's to slow down. When something feels perfect, when the deal seems too good, when someone is rushing you, that's when you pause. That 10 seconds of hesitation is worth more than any verification code or Google search. Now tell me which clip hits you the hardest. Drop it in the comments and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.